Woo! We live. What's going on, chat? Good evening on this Tuesday night, the day before the waiver wire starts processing for y'all. How's it going, Jay?
Man, a fun fantasy week, all the ups and downs. I'm in 12 teams, so I had a lot of ups and downs already, man. I told you the fantasy football is already fantasy football, and just like that. Only took 1 week, man, and it's crazy out here. Injuries, um, uh, unknown cats getting crazy numbers, you know what I'm saying? So I'm ready to dive into it, man. We're
Nice.
full-fledged fantasy football now. Draft time's over.
Right. All right. So, where do you wanna begin in this thing? Do you wanna just go ahead and start with waiver wires of starting from quarterback going on the way down, or do you
Yeah,
wanna? Okay. So,
yeah.
let's put up a little list here real quick on this little secondary screen here. Hold on. I gotta fix some tags and stuff too on this
While,
little.
while you dig into that, I'll go ahead and start, man. So like the number one pickup who shouldn't be on anybody's team right now, no matter what kind of number of teams are in your league, is looking like Malik Willis. We don't know what he can do. He was hooping back with Liberty, I think it was, that he played with in college. Liberty was dominating. They um they were ranked pretty high the year that Malik Willis was there. Even though when he was taken in the draft, it was kind of a surprise to some people because Liberty doesn't play in a big conference. So another one of these quarterbacks that looks good in college, but you know it's not a guarantee he'll do well in the pros, such as 90% of college quarterbacks that come out. So, but nonetheless, Malik Willis should not be on anyone's team. So I know you can grab him. He's going to be the starter until they sign Ryan Tannehill. I understand Tannehill is looking for a team to call him. So as long as Love is only out for the 4 weeks, Malik Willis should be solid to cover at least 2 of those weeks. So go and grab him. Now, quarterback that y'all would be shocked to see on a lot of available in a lot of leagues, rather, is Matt Stafford. I want to say it says he's like 60% rostered in leagues. So definitely go get him. Even with Cup going down, we saw that offense. Even though they lost, we saw that. It's going to be crazy in LA, man. You got to go get Matt Stafford. And lastly, Justin Fields is
Oh,
somewhat available out there. So go grab him. I don't think Russ is getting back on the field, man.
I don't think
I,
so
I,
either, man.
I
Like,
think
there's no
even though,
point.
yeah,
There's really no
yeah,
point in putting him
yeah,
there.
it would be foolish. One, you're gonna hurt Justin Fields' feelings. We saw with his time in Chicago. He is fragile. It's okay. I'm sensitive too. I'm not shooting any shots, but the brother is fragile, so he doesn't really like adversity. So just leave him out there, man. Coach already likes him. Y'all go get Justin Fields if he hadn't already scooped up. He might have been scooped up Saturday, this
Yep.
past Saturday because of the news from Russell Wilson. That's why he's my number three pickup.
Okay.
But that's it, man. I think those are your hot three for
Well,
your
okay.
quarterbacks. Who
Okay.
you like for running back, man?
Running backs. Let's see. If we go running backs, I'm gonna tell you my number one. Well, maybe not my number one exactly, but definitely, I would definitely probably pick him up. Especially definitely what of recent news we got is Jalen Wright of the Miami Dolphins. Um, there is word that both Raheem Mostert and David Achan is hurt. Um,
Surprise.
Yep,
H.N.
surprise.
Wow.
And then I know that Jeff Wilson. I know he was a late scratch. Like I think the roster was Achan, Mustard, and Jeff Wilson. Jeff Wilson actually got some burn when them two went down. But yeah, so they actually have also a Thursday game, which is a quick turnaround. So that's it. another thing to think about. I don't know if they're gonna let those running backs roll out on a quick turnaround, and you gotta also think they are very, like Jay said, they are fragile. And Achan brand new, just came onto the scene last year, and he's already banged up. A lot of times, and they drafted Jalen Wright, so something's got to be going on there. And then, if you guys caught like the first or second episode, I did tell you the over and under for HN was 750 for the season, which is nothing. So that has to tell you something too.
Yeah.
So with the injuries going on there, they drafted a running back just over the summer. He's definitely should be on top of your waiver wire, especially if you do have stock in Achan and Mustard. I think he should be a top waiver wire pickup. I'm gonna go with a running back where you probably shouldn't rush to get him, but he is an interesting pick considering how many touches he got, and from a lot of podcasts I've listened to, he's definitely worth the stash. Is Tank Bigsby. I don't know if
Yeah.
you saw his work compared to ETN, but I want to
Yeah.
say he was only like what one carry short. He had like 12 touches, I
He
think.
had more yards.
He
He
had
outgained,
yeah.
he out,
Now,
which is breaking my heart because I want
yes.
ETN heavy.
Yes. Now, of course, you can't I don't think you can expect him to have that many touches for the rest of the season, but it is a little bit an alarming thing. You know what I mean? Because that's too
Yeah.
many. That's too many for the
Yeah.
first game.
Yeah.
Too many.
That's a lot.
That's too
That's a
much.
lot.
That's too much. And if we're talking about backups, getting a lot of touches, let's talk about the backup for Rashad White, Bucky Irving. He had he had some good burn too. You know what I mean? He
Hmm.
had. Well, I'm looking at it right now. 62 yards, 2 catches. He had some play time too, so he may be in there as well. But I also let's talk about I want to talk about one more before we go on. Because I
Is
know
Madison real?
who.
Is Madison real?
Ooh,
Is that a
he
real
he
thing?
wasn't gonna be the person I talked about. We can talk about him a little bit. We can talk about him a little bit. Is he real? I wouldn't rush to go get him. But I will tell you, Zamir White looks terrible.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, if you wanted to choose between Zamir White and Alexander Madison, I'm going Madison just because of what happened. I mean, I don't really want either of them, but I mean, if you're like in a deep league or if you have to choose between a Zamir White or Alexander Madison, I mean, I would just go with Madison, to be honest with you. I mean, the offense, I don't think is going to be that great for the running backs either way, but I mean, he did do a lot better than Zamir White, so we'll see along the line. But I did want to bring up Justice Hill
Mm-hmm.
because
Mm-hmm.
not necessarily because of what he did, because he did do great as far as like catching, but I want to talk about it because he is sharing the backfield with Derrick Henry. Like that's the thing we want to talk about. Like he's sharing touches or like he had a big role with someone like Derrick Henry. You know what I mean? Like if this was someone like not supposed to be a workhorse, then this wouldn't be a thing. But with him getting that much burn with Derrick Henry on the team, with a run first team, kinda, it's kind of concerning for a Derrick Henry like person that has him. Like from what I read, like the coach has never been a workhorse type of person, so that's one thing. And then two, you do have Lamar Jackson back there, so that is gonna take some of your stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
Justice Hill is really interesting though, because when I was watching the game, I was like, yo, he in this game too much. He is
Every daggone play.
yo,
I
every
think
time I
I
looked
think
at
Derrick Henry got like 10 snaps.
Every time I looked at the TV, it said Justice Hill 5-yard gain.
Yeah.
I was like, hold on, where
Yeah.
where Derrick Henry at?
I'll
So
slightly push back though with this.
go ahead, go ahead.
That that game script that they put out there
Blah,
was terrible. Lamar
blah.
was making bad decisions after bad decisions. Now that could have been on both. I could have been the coordinator and Lamar. Like Lamar's out here running like he was Derrick Henry, trying to run into people and stuff, not getting out of bounds. And then
That's
they
true.
called. I want to say there was a 52 play calls for offense.
Oh
Like
yeah.
I mean, excuse me, 52 like passing plays called, which
Okay.
is outrageous. Like we know if Lamar has to throw the ball for the game, then they're going to lose. We know that already. But nonetheless, they kept trying to call passes. That's why Justin Hill was probably out there so much. Now,
That's
granted,
true. That's true.
he produced with what he was given. So I just, I mean, I feel like if you got someone droppable, you should go get Justice Hill. If you have Derrick Henry, you should go get Justice Hill for sure. But don't get too crazy. I don't think it's the same as like
Yeah.
with Zamir White. What happened to
Don't.
him?
Yeah.
I think that plan that they put together to try to beat the Chiefs was a poor plan.
Because
Um,
I did read somewhere that once Keaton Mitchell comes back, then he's taking that role basically.
hmm
So
Even though he'll be hurt right after he
yeah.
comes back, Keaton Hill's going to be another Rashad Penny, I think. Even though he was a rookie last year, I can't imagine the dude who was hurt his whole rookie season played one game and then didn't finish after that, and then he's hurt coming into this year. He ain't gonna be durable, man. And I don't think he's a big back anyway. So Keaton Mitchell already on bust alert
Yeah.
already. So that's who you got with the running backs.
Oh, one more, one more, one more. The
Who else you
biggest
got?
one. The biggest one.
Oh yeah,
Jordan Mason.
The old Raven. Okay,
Jordan
yeah, Jordan Mason.
Mason. It's
Thought you were gonna say
reported.
Dobbins.
Oh, hey, there you go. That one too. But let's go with Jordan Mason first. Whoever drafted CMC, you gotta handcuff the guy. That's
You
one.
have
You
to.
have to.
You
You
have
have
to.
to handcuff him. You
Mhm.
have to handcuff him. Not just because he's a running back, but if you guys know football, watch football, he's now recently he's been doing good, but early in the
Mhm.
game, he would kill it, but then he would be on that, injury list. But anyway, yeah, I mean, if you guys watched the game last night, he didn't have that many pass catches like Christian
Like
McCaffrey would have, but he's a definitely in between the tackles type of runner. He was running hard there. So
yeah,
if
he
you
was.
if you have CMC, definitely go and try to grab him because you know for sure you got a top 15 running back, even top
Mhm.
12 maybe. Like he's for
Because you know,
sure.
coach gonna call running
Yeah,
plays every time.
exactly. That's like one of the offenses where they have perfect run schemes for anybody.
Mhm.
Like I don't know
For
if you
anybody, yeah.
anybody.
Mhm.
The only reason that they don't stay long is just that they keep getting hurt. That's it.
Every time,
Every
man.
time.
Every
But
time.
anyway,
They had
perfect.
Jeff Wilson, Mostert looked good with him. Elijah Mitchell. They make them backs look good, man. So
And
yeah,
then of course, like you just mentioned, last one, J.K. Dobbins. I did
yeah,
not watch that game, but like I think I read or heard that like it was like really off of two really big plays. I think maybe
yeah.
it was
He
like
had a. I'm thinking about Tank Bigsby. I was about to say he had a 20 yarder and a 30 yarder, but that might have been Tank. But yeah, they split the carries.
yeah. So I was
I
about
think
to
they even
say
split it.
like yeah, I was about to say so like I mean like you're gonna have days where it's J.K. Dobbins, you're gonna have days where it's Gus Edwards. Like it's just
Yeah.
gonna be it's gonna be an up and down thing between them. Like it's basically just gonna who's gonna make the most of the opportunity, which of
Yeah,
course you're
because
not gonna be able to tell. You know what I mean?
so
Yeah.
so
So
we won't drop a bona fide one who
yeah,
had a bad week for J.K. Dobbins or two. We won't drop a bona fide two for J.K.
yeah, I
Dobbins,
wouldn't.
right? Because
Yeah.
see, I have one team where I ended up having to take Gus Edwards as my running back. So I paired him. Like my one and two is Gus and JK. And I think I'm gonna just keep rolling with that. And I got the rookie stashed on the bench. So that's the only reason I have him. Otherwise, I wouldn't even be worried about it either.
Okay.
Because you should have someone instead of him already.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So let's move on to the position in fantasy football that has become to make or break your team, the wide receiver.
Go.
And
What we
this
got,
waiver
baby?
wire is long.
It is.
It's long.
Man,
So right off the tippy top, it's
top.
got to be Rashid Shaheed, right?
Yeah, my boy
He has
Shaheed.
to be. He has
By
to be your number one target. If you
by
got Fab, if you doing Fab, you need to go ahead and throw like $35
see, so
up here.
it said
All
which
right,
one? It
go ahead
said
and get it.
10 to 15%. 10 to 15%.
Yeah, you gotta go
Which
get
one?
him because for whatever reason, Olave ain't happening. Maybe he ain't got the chemistry with
Yeah, so
Carr. I don't
I was
know.
about to bring
Um,
that up. Like, obviously, Olave, she's my guy. Olave's a more talented one, but for some reason, I think Shaheed and Carr just has the chemistry.
yeah, yeah, man. Let's look at it here. Olave had 2 targets. Now they played Carolina, so they were up big early. But I mean, when we compare Olave's 2 targets to Rashid's 5, he's got 5 targets. That's more than double. You
Like,
know what
you're
I'm saying? And it's
like
and it's not like Carolina has an ill cornerback that's shutting anybody down. So I think Carr likes Rashid a little better. I don't know.
you're
I don't know.
yeah, like your number one receiver, especially like someone Olave. Like, even like they just got to have more targets than
You
everybody
can't
else.
you can't have 2 targets. Something's there
Like,
with your
yeah,
2 targets. When
like
you
that.
like I said, it's not like they were going up against the Niners
Right,
or
right,
the
yeah.
Jets or the Dolphins, somebody with an elite corner, elite number one corner. They didn't have that in Carolina. Carolina defense is non-existent.
Yeah,
So
there's
it
just
doesn't make sense for your number one to have 2 targets.
there's just no reason. Like, they are number one
Mm-mm.
for, even if they not open. Throw. They the
You
number
have
one for the
to. He's
reason.
the one. He's the one. You
They're
gotta throw the ball to him.
yeah. He will catch it. They're the
He'll
number
catch
one for a
that.
reason.
Yeah,
But
absolutely. So
but
that's
I
your
like
number
it.
one pickup,
Like
Shaheed,
it.
right?
I like it. I
Um,
like it.
Greg Dortch. For
Mm.
those of you in a deeper league, you may
Deep,
want to
deep.
go ahead and get him because
That's
I don't know what's going on right there with Kyler, but they not throwing the ball to their number one.
kind of, yeah.
Was it the number 3 pick?
Number four,
3 or 4?
man. Like,
Number 4
bro,
pick?
he had three
That was weird,
targets.
man. My man was wide a few times.
And that
So that's
last one
interesting.
where Kyler Murray could have like made it a game. Like, he
I
was
don't
like
know.
this. Like, cause
I don't know.
Kyler Murray started scrambling, and the corner
Man.
kind of like moved up a little
Mm-mm.
bit. Then Harrison just put his hand up like, "Yo," but Kyler Murray's
Bruh,
still
I'm
running.
way out here. I'm 6'4". I'm
I'm
wide. Throw the
saying,
ball. That was weird, man. That was weird. So there's like a battle here. There's 2 receivers on this one team. We
okay,
know that Puka's hurt, right?
okay,
But there's 2 guys that can take over. Really 3. Because we remember last year Tutu was balling
oh
for
yeah,
a couple of weeks. But we didn't see Tutu do a lot this game. But we do have
Marcus.
Robinson and Tyler Johnson. Like, I want Tyler Johnson, but I know that Demarcus Robinson, he's the 2 receiver.
Yes,
So that's a toss up. I mean, that's a toss up. It could have been a fluke that Tyler Johnson had such a good game, and next game they're gonna go to Demarcus some more. I mean, but be eyeballing both of them. They should both be on your waiver wire, no matter what size your league is, unless it's like 16 or more. They should be available. So be looking towards them. And let's see. Lastly, it's just such a deep, deep list, man. So I don't want to be here all night. So I'm gonna give you 2 more. I'm gonna give you
okay.
2 more. All right. So this will probably come back and bite me.
Uh oh, uh
But Gabe Davis, man, he's
oh.
doing that thing.
Is
He's
he? I
doing
didn't
that
even know.
thing
What he doing? What
where
he doing? Let
it
me
looks like
see.
he only had 3 targets, but it was 60 yards he got off of those 3 targets. Um I mean, I gotta go back and rewatch that play, but I'm used to
Okay, I
Gabe
see it.
getting, you
Okay.
know, it's that could be something. And then you've got your boy from Indianapolis.
Ooh, Mitchell.
Yes.
Yeah, I like.
Not Mitchell. Well,
Oh.
Mitchell is on waivers, but Alec Pierce.
Oh.
All
Okay. Okay.
right.
Okay. Okay.
So he's like their fourth receiver, right? But
Mhm.
Downs is hurt, and what did I see? Okay, Downs is hurt. Mitchell is a rookie, but I think there's going to be a lot of scrambling and Patrick Mahomes slash college Caleb Williams type play from Richardson, where he's just making something happen. And when you can throw the ball 60 yards, like just going like that, whoever that receiver is that's going to be downfield, which would be Mitchell or Pierce, those are the speed guys on the team. That's that flex boom that you could be looking for. So you always want your flex to have a high ceiling, right? You don't want to have a high floor, low floor guy. You need a high ceiling, right, for your flex. So I'm looking at those guys, man. Pierce and Mitchell. If you only need 3 times to get 100 yards in the tub, I'm with it. Let's get it.
Mhm.
Any pushbacks or any people I missed here?
Ooh, I'm gonna throw one in here, man. I feel like this player right here, we've had like, everybody's had a problem with because this guy get used to get talked a lot back in the day. He actually was very consistent for a few straight seasons too. But I think he should be a must add. There is an injury on that team as well. But Brandon Cooks, I think he should be added. Jake Ferguson, his knee is gonna miss some significant time. The Cowboys didn't bring in
Oh,
anybody as far as
yeah,
receivers go. So I mean,
yeah,
he's definitely the number two. Like, there's no question
yeah.
he's the number two behind CD. And then if you look at their running back situation, they don't. It's not that great. You know, what I mean, they're gonna
Mm,
be
okay.
doing a lot of between Rico and Ezekiel Elliott. So
Mhm.
combining with the mid run game and with Jake Ferguson hurt, with CD Lamb being such a beast, I think that may open up Cooks for a little bit for the next few
I
weeks.
like that.
As far
I
as
like that.
while Jake Ferguson is hurt. So yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Do about 10% of your fab. ten
I
percent of your.
definitely, I did. That was a big miss on my part
I
because your
liked
boy
him.
had 7 targets. All
Yes.
right, and that was with Ferguson being out there. I remember the first touchdown he threw that game was to Brandon Cooks. So yeah, good one right there.
But
Good one. He might be like second person you want to try to get. Number
yeah.
one is Shaheed though.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Number
For
one is
sure. Oh,
Shaheed.
and also with your boy Mitchell from the Colts, he could have had a way bigger game, but what's his name that plays quarterback? Anthony Richardson didn't throw him the ball right for 2 touchdowns, I believe.
Yeah,
So he
yeah.
could
He
have
had
had a
5 targets.
yeah, he could
So
have had a
he
great game, but Anthony
yeah.
Richardson was just missing him at the end zone. So you can look at that as
Mhm.
well. But any more wide receivers that you gonna bring up or?
It's so many of them. I don't want to
Yeah,
have us here all night. So I think we got the main cats, man. Like
let
I
me look.
see, I see Alan Lazard out there, but we discussed this, man. It can't be a real
Yeah,
thing, right?
yeah.
That can't be a real
Nah,
thing.
that was only
You
like I was discussing with my pharmacist earlier. That was just like hey yo, we back. I'm back. I'm Aaron Rodgers. I'm back. You my
yeah,
buddy from the old team. Let me
yeah,
throw you. Let me throw you a couple
yeah.
of tubs real quick because we old
Let me
friends.
feed the homie
Yeah,
real quick.
exactly.
Yeah,
This our first
yeah.
game back. You know what I mean? But that's it.
I might not make it through the whole season, but let me make
Yeah,
sure you get your
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. But I think that might. Yeah, I'm looking at the list right now. Nothing's really popping
What
out.
Ray McLeod? That's not real. That's not a real thing.
Yeah. There's really nothing out
I see
here.
Tyler Lockett on one of these
Yeah,
as
I saw that
waiver.
too.
I mean, but I feel like he shouldn't actually be on waivers. I think that's
Yeah, I don't know why he's.
Yeah,
I think a lot of people thought JSN was gonna like kind of take over because Tyler
told y'all
Lockett kind
no.
of old. I think
Told y'all that ain't it.
yeah, but I think that's what people are like. That's probably why he's on the waiver wire because everybody was drafting JSN above him.
They made them. That was a foolish move. I ain't got JSN anywhere and ain't worried about it. I don't have DK anywhere. Mm. Tight ends, man. What you got? We already know number one.
Oh, we already know number one, baby, and he is likely to be number one.
he running with that one, isn't it? He running with that one.
But anyway, Isaiah Likely. I don't know, man, but you better spend about half of your fab. Well, that's what they say.
Word,
Because they say half,
word.
but like, okay, so let's talk about this for a minute. Obviously, he went off, but like, obviously, he went off. So he is going to be on top of the waiver wire. But like, should we like spend so much on him because we think Andrews is like done? Because if we don't think he's done, then why are we gonna spend so much fab? You know what I mean?
Right.
Because
That
like,
mean right there. There's
yeah,
that mean right there.
yeah, because like you
Right.
see him got 26 points. It's like, oh, he's younger. He doesn't have injuries like Mark. But like, if you're gonna spend that much on him, like you gotta know Andrew. Like, I wouldn't
Andrews
panic
need to be going on IR.
exactly.
One of
Like,
them long IRs, one of them
because
8 weekers.
because I'm not gonna take too much account. I think he was being doubled
Yeah,
for most of the
yeah,
night. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
he was hurt last, so he's coming
He's
back
already
from.
hurt.
So like, yeah.
Yup.
So I don't know. I mean, you can if you want, because they do run a lot of double tight ends. So I mean, you can't like. So of course, Isaiah Likely is still going to be on that field. So I guess my real question here is, if you are playing in a fab league, how much fab? That's the real question, because obviously you need to pick him up. There's no question you pick him up.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
like, do you pick him up to where like you you got to know what Mark Andrews is gonna do? Like, it really just predicates on him. Like, because I'm not
Mhm.
panicking over his week one stats.
You
So
can. It'd be crazy to do
yeah,
that over a Mark Andrews. It'd be
yeah,
crazy.
exactly.
Yeah.
So like, is he the top priority to the waiver wire for tight ends? Of course, no question. But if you're playing in a fab league, you may
Yeah.
want to like hold off on a not spend a
I
good
agree.
amount, but like Andrews is still there though, and he's obviously still going to be the tight end one. So
Mm-hmm.
like you are, I do see a few more games though. Isaiah Likely going out like 25 points. I mean, there's gonna be
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
two or three, but I mean,
And
if you
Andrews will eventually miss 2 or 3 games.
yeah.
He will. He will.
Mhm.
That's the track record over the last 2 or 3 seasons, if I'm not mistaken. But to answer your question, yeah, or to respond to that, I'm thinking if you got $100 in your fab, you should spend about maybe $20 or less. I'd say like what I would do is try to go for like $16.
I'm reading here.
Because we just don't know what's
Everything
going
that I'm reading here, they go by percentage. So this
So
one
it's about
says 25%. 25.
25. So yeah,
Yeah,
so I
about yeah.
think 20 or less. So 20% is my real answer. So yeah, I agree. I agree with that. I say 20. I don't even go 25
Okay,
because
okay.
like we said, like when this season goes further and when Lamar gets out of his head, because they say he's sore right now from all that running he was doing. Would he run the ball like 16 times? That's
Yeah,
stupid.
he ran a lot.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's dumb. And it was in the first quarter where he tried to run over the cornerback.
And
It's
he
just silly.
yeah, and he talking about he lost weight, like that's gonna help.
It's gonna do the opposite, Lamar.
Yeah.
It was silly. So we got to think about that. We got to think about how they're gonna change the game plan up, and yeah, let's just pump the brakes a little bit. Now, if you're like you said, you got that waiver position number one, you already know you do, and you got
Mhm.
Pat Fryer move. If you don't have, dang, well, nobody really went off other than him at tight end this week, though, right?
Well, this
Kittle
person.
was under
Well,
10.
are we talking
Who
about
went off
waiver?
at tight end?
Are
Yeah,
we?
like if you don't, who would you, what tight end? What's the best tight end you would drop if you didn't want to drop any other player on your team to get likely?
Ooh, are you telling me like how? Okay, I know. I know. Ooh,
So we got
yeah,
Laporta,
yeah, yeah. Let me look
McBride,
at this list. Yeah,
Kelsey.
because I got my. Let me see. Doesn't it not tell us? Can't I like?
Look at the
Okay,
stats.
yeah. Here you go. Here you go. Here you go. I'm looking at no. I'm looking at like the list of tight ends. So I got Laporta. I'm gonna read down Laporta, Kelsey, Andrews, Kittle, McBride, Kincaid, Pitts, Goddard, Ingram, Schultz. I would probably drop Schultz. I think that's my cutoff line, maybe.
Okay. Yeah.
Schultz. I probably would drop Goddard too, to be honest with you. I would probably drop Goddard.
I'd be scared of that because we know
I'll
what Goddard
probably
can do.
I might
We're
drop
not dropping Brock Bowers, right?
No, drop Bowers about to be top two and he not about to be one either. I mean he gonna be top two and not two. My bad. He actually had a decent game. He had like 8 targets, 7 catches,
hmm
11 points.
hmm
You know, so you can get that from a tight end without touchdowns. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna
Yeah,
take it.
man.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna take it.
Any tight end that's gonna give you 10 without a tub, man, you
I'm
gotta
gonna
have
take it.
that.
I'm gonna take it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
These
take that.
touchdown dependent ones will break you.
Take it. Take it. You got any other tight ends you like?
On waivers, Foster Moreau had 4 targets and a touchdown, 40 yards. However, he's questionable now. So say you had like a hmm, I mean, with him being questionable, that makes it scary. But had you had like a Pat Fryer move or perhaps like a Dalton Schultz, maybe you look into that because I don't think Dalton's going to eat at all this year.
He can't.
I just don't see it
Ain't no
happening.
way.
Yeah,
Ain't no way.
but other than that, yeah, it's likely, and that's it, man, for real. Because even with Moreau, right, they got like 5 tight ends on the Saints, so you don't know who's going to get
Do you
who's going to get the burn.
do you like that tight end that put in a little work with Matthew Stafford?
Parkinson,
Yeah.
I do. I
Dude, he
do.
has
What
that
did he have? Like 4, 5 catches?
5 targets, 4 catches, got nine
Yeah,
points. Got
yeah.
nine
I like
points.
that. And typically, the tight end for the Rams is going to give you about that 4 or 5 catches, and they
And then on
probably
yeah.
won't get you a touchdown, but get you. There's some leagues where you score for first downs.
And also
Um,
Puka's hurt. So take
and
that into
Puka's
effect.
hurt.
Like they gave the third stringer some burn.
Yes, Rivers. I'm looking like that ain't Blake Corum, and
Yeah,
it ain't it ain't Kyron Williams.
they gave him
Nah,
some
man.
burn. They gave him about
Yeah.
like 2 or 3 touches.
Yeah, yeah, man. I didn't appreciate it. Did not appreciate it. But what can you do?
Ooh,
Next week,
would you drop him?
Blake?
Yeah.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Yeah, because I
I
think
need
because
five
I was
weeks.
hoping you
After
say
5 weeks,
yes. I was hoping you
if I get
after 5 days. That's too long.
nah, if he don't give me like a
Ah,
10 after 5 weeks, like one, I need one
oh,
10 somewhere. If you don't give me a 10 in 5 weeks, then we start dropping.
bro, I was hoping
Because
you'd
you
say
won't be able to trade him at that
yes.
point either. Man, heck no.
I was hoping you'd say
Hopefully you drop
yes.
him. I want you to drop him. That's one league that me and you were in together where I needed him.
Cause I think I got him in
I can't
some.
remember it.
I think I'm having set to drop him, but I was hoping you'd say yeah.
Mm-mm.
We'll see. We'll
No,
see.
man. Sean McVay's offense, and they drafted him, what, in the 4th round? Nah, man. Got to keep that on the squad. And we know Kyron Williams going to miss 4 weeks. Like, come on.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Come on now. Yeah. You dropping no Blake Corum. Crazy.
Let me cancel.
Um,
Let me cancel that.
we ain't even gonna. I'm gonna give you one kicker, even though it really doesn't matter, but just for y'all out there, and if you didn't see it, then you don't even play fantasy football anyway.
What?
Boswell was on almost every waiver wire that I see.
Bro,
Boswell.
there was like what
And
two him and like I think there was like a thing
him and
where
your
like
boys from 49ers, like they was
boy they
they was
scored 25
they was beating
plus.
cats. Yeah, they
Boy
beat some people
25 they beat
by
yo there's
themselves.
yeah.
They out here putting up quarterback numbers. Quarterback in 6 points for the touchdown and extra points for long pass numbers. Like that's what they
Damn.
was doing. They was putting up elite tight end numbers. All right.
Crazy.
Yeah, go get Boswell. Do that. Because it looks like they're gonna do a lot of kicking in
Yeah.
Pittsburgh.
Oh
A
yeah,
lot.
they are.
Shouldn't be any other kickers out there. And as far as defense, I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all know about this. We're just gonna stream whoever's playing the Panthers or the Giants.
There you go.
Just stream that, man. Actually, Panthers, Giants, and probably the Titans. The Titans are a better team all around,
Oh
but
man.
that quarterback, he
That
looking like
you see
a
that pick
mobile Jake Plummer
you see that pick
out here.
you see that pick he did. He said, throw it
William,
away. On this
William, what are you doing?
yeah man, we
You know his
wild.
job is secure. That's all that was.
That man
He's like
wild.
they cut Tannehill, traded Malik.
He's
I'm
like,
good.
let me see. This might turn into a
I'm
tud
golden.
real quick. He might magically catch it. He
Yeah,
said, "Oh, I'm the
my
hero. I'm
man,
a hero now." Like, yeah.
my man was tripping.
Oh
He
shoot.
was tripping. He's a rich man's Daniel Jones without the
Oh
running.
shoot.
But Daniel Jones, man, I'm gonna have to put him on like mental health watch here soon because they going at him.
They tearing that ass up by over there.
Yeah, we I don't like Dookies, man, but I'm pray for you, Danny. I think he's from North Carolina. I'm pray for you, dog.
I know he going through it.
It's getting ready to get ugly in New York City for you, bro.
Who's their backup?
Their backup is Drew Lock.
Oh,
Ugh. Yeah, and then behind him is the dude last year, Tommy DeVito. It ain't
DeVito, the
looking
Italian
good.
guy.
They gonna have to trade for Tyrod Taylor or something, or trade for like Jacoby Brissett or something. They got to
Oh
do something,
shoot.
man. Or really, they should just not care. Just lose a bunch of games because
That's true.
go get the quarterback from Tennessee,
Yeah,
the
man.
Volunteers. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for your waivers, for your defensive stream type situation. Um, what else do we want to talk about, man?
Man, is there anybody? Because I got one. I'm thinking of one. It may be kind of crazy too. But anybody you should sell low, buy, or what is it? Sell high, buy low. I got one sell high. I think it may be kind of crazy too. But just hear my explanation, and then you could be a little bit on board with it.
A sell high,
Yes,
a sell
he's a wide
high. I
receiver.
mean, if I know you're talking about number 11, right? With the Packers, is it Reed?
No,
No, no. Is it
no.
Worthy?
It's Worthy, Xavier
Worthy?
Worthy. I
I
think
don't think. Go ahead.
like if you saw the game, like because first of all, like I think you could sell high because I think people are gonna be like, first of all, he put up like 20 points his first game, so people are already like, oh, and then now not
Lost
only
3
that, they're like,
touches.
oh, he's like the second coming to Tyreek Hill, so you may better like add that a little bit to spice up a trade or anything. But anyway, if you watch the game, he looked more of a gadget guy than anything. So and then you have so like if you look at that, those typical players usually only have like the 3 or 4 targets he had or whatever.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
you have to like for a player like that, he has to like make opportunity of whatever he gets, which I don't know if he's gonna consistently do that.
Yes.
So
And let's not forget that one play. That run was
yeah,
crazy,
that was
but
the
that
run was.
pass was a blown
I was about to
coverage.
say the run was legit, but
Yeah,
the second touchdown he had was blown coverage.
blown
So
coverage. You gotta be
anyway,
careful.
he's more of a gadget type right now. So like obvious the 20 points, his speed is eye popping. So I think you may be able to people to debate on it. Now, I don't
Mhm.
have a problem if you keep him, but you also have to think about Hollywood Brown is coming as well. He's coming back.
Mhm.
If you look at the roster, no question, Kelsey and Rasheed Rice are the 1-2. There's no question
Mhm.
that's the 1-2. So then you have Worthy next in line, which I just said he's more of a gadget type guy. So you're going to have
Mhm.
to count on him basically having a touchdown every game because
Got it.
he's
And I'm talking about like a 60-yard
yeah,
touchdown. You
like
need 12
because
points off one play.
yeah, so you're gonna have to bet on him for doing that. And then, just like
Yeah.
I said, Hollywood Brown is coming back, and
Yeah.
I don't see Hollywood Brown cutting into shares of Kelsey or Rice. If there's
I
any
will.
shares he's gonna take from, he's gonna take it from Worthy.
He will. Yeah. And I also Patty loves him some Justin Watson.
For some
Like
man, for
dude
some
gonna get three
bro,
or four catches. He gonna
Justin
get three
Watson
first downs.
or Noah Gray, bro. One of those
He
tight ends,
loves
bro.
him. I'm
Yo,
pretty sure Noah Gray had like 4 catches, almost had a touchdown.
they
Like
extended him too, I
Patty,
think.
yeah,
They
Patty loves
extended
those
him.
guys. All right.
Yeah.
And then as far as Hollywood, he's a better receiver than Rasheed Rice. Now Rasheed Rice is gonna have the chemistry with
Yes, the
Patty.
chemistry.
So
Like what you call it, Hollywood Brown should be, handling the outside. Rasheed Rice
mhm,
gonna be working. So
yeah,
you may see more big plays from Marquise Brown, but you're gonna see like 8+ catches from Rasheed Rice daily.
absolutely. Yeah,
Eight
yeah.
plus catches. 12
And I
targets,
would
eight
say
plus
he gonna
catches.
force it to Kelsey, but it ain't a force when he gonna catch it.
Yeah.
So I can't even
But
say
yeah,
it's a force. So
so
yeah,
as far as sell
Worthy, that's a
high,
good point. Yeah,
Worthy.
I
I
like
would sell.
that.
Now, like
I
I
like
said,
that.
I wouldn't be mad if you kept him. So here's the question: like, what would be like the equivalent to like he's hot right now. So what you think you could pull off, like almost an equivalent? Like, what kind of
Here's
wide
what I
receiver
would do.
could you get?
If he can put up like 18 points next week, right? And we know for sure that Puka comes back in 4 weeks. If we know that for sure, this is hypothetically speaking. I
Ooh,
think I try to sell him in week 3 to whoever has Puka.
that'd be nice.
Just trick them,
That's
especially if
nice.
they're like 0 and 2. If they're 0 and 2 and they're like, Puka was my one,
That's
you can
nice.
trick them so quickly.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I
Trick
like
them.
that. I like that.
Yeah. I think for anybody who is struggling, let's say JK busts off some big runs again next week too, and you got him. I think you can trick somebody with him too. I think. Say a guy's got Mostert and A Chain, and we find out A Chain's gone for 4 weeks, and Mostert's going to be week to week. You can trick someone with a JK or maybe even a the other running backs though that put up like 16 and stuff who are actual running backs. I think that's real. I think I would only test those waters with the JK. Everybody else I would have to hold on to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because even though this thing is run by these receivers now, if you got that dog at running back who's gonna give you a 15 no matter what, you gotta hold on to that dog. You can't get 3 points out your running back. You will lose.
Jaden
I
Reed
really
was initially on my sell high, but I think even without Jordan Love, because he's the type of receiver that they gonna get the ball to, whether it's a
yeah, they
because
run
like
they run
he's
weird
like
looking
he's
plays
like a Cordell
so that he get
Patterson.
yeah.
Like they
Yeah,
gon' he
yeah,
like
true.
I don't like they're gonna feed
He's
him the
got
bottle.
moves
No,
too. He
exactly.
got
He
some
he got a little with him. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
he got a little
agreed.
finesse to him a little bit. But like if you saw
Absolutely.
him, like he would like do sweeps out the backfield. They're gonna give him the run the short slants and take it all. Like he's gonna be like even with their backup, Willis, I think they're gonna find a way to give him the ball every time. So he was
Mhm.
on my sell high list, but I don't. He ain't gonna score 37 weekly, but I think he can be a pretty good like 18 or 20 weekly because they're gonna give
I
him the
I
ball.
think so. I
They're gonna
think
give
so
him the
too.
ball. Like if
I
you
think
look at it, he's definitely the most like versatile out of all of them. Like he's the
so.
all
That's why I
around
say
wide receiver.
he's not a sell high. He's a keep
Yeah,
'em,
he's a
right?
keep him. He
Yeah.
was my
He's
sell
a
high, but
yeah,
now he's a keep him.
you had to think about that
I had
thing,
to think
right?
about it for a second, but I was like, I thought about it. I was like, hold on, but they were using him so many different ways though. Like it's not just like throwing it out there. He was just, because one touchdown was from the backfield. I think he ran it from the back there.
He had
So
run, yeah, and he shook up
yeah,
a couple people when they ran and broke a
yeah.
tackle.
So yeah, he's definitely a keep him. He was a sell high. But you got any buy low characters out here?
If it's possible, if somebody's not paying attention, you gotta go buy Brandon Ayuk low. If you can. If you can. That may be tough.
Oh,
He's a second round receiver.
I was about
So
to say,
that
you
could
think
be tough.
people?
But
Okay.
that's what I'm saying, man. If he has another bad week, like CeeDee Lamb last year, right? I was able to
Ah,
pull off a trade with him for Calvin
yeah,
Ridley
because I want to say
in
like
like
what the
week 5.
first 3 weeks, like he did
Mm-hmm.
terrible, right? Three or
Yeah, he was
four.
awful, man. He was
Yeah.
awful. And I was able to, and that's CeeDee Lamb, man. So if Brandon Ayuk goes out here and gets like another 3 and then another like 6, you can probably sneak him with Worthy. Maybe you can trick somebody, you know? Another buy low. Hmm. I mean, obviously, like Drake London and
Oh, I was actually trying to trade for him, yo, like for
yeah,
him.
yeah.
Like I
You
was
had
trying
to
to.
talk me out of getting rid of
I
him.
want to keep him, man. I'd keep him.
Yeah, I think you could definitely buy him low
I think you
without
could
a
buy
lot of
him low.
strategy.
Yeah.
With no strategy at all. Kirk Cousins, either he or Michael Penix, somebody got to get him the ball, man. Somebody got to get him the ball. Buy low. Let's think running back wise. Hmm, I don't know, man. I don't really have any. Like
Yeah.
running backs, they perform. The guys you thought would perform. Guys who are on the fringe. Like, I think that's it, man. Can you think of any?
And I'm looking at right now, but not really.
I mean, there's a bunch of tight ends out there that people might not like, especially if you can pull off getting likely on your waivers. I bet somebody would trade you Kelsey for him, or because like let's think about it. Likely gonna get you another 2 or 3 28s, but Kelsey gonna get you a 16 every time. This
Yeah.
last time was weird, but he right in that like 16 range. I went chips when I got Kelsey pretty much. That's that set and forget. And it should be his last dominant year. So maybe that. Maybe you could trick someone into. I don't think you can trick somebody into getting Laporta with the likely.
I tried to get Laporta earlier from in my poop league. He has a CMC. I tried to trade him Jordan Mason for Laporta.
You wild.
Hey man, look.
Hey, if you don't ask, you won't know. I
And
had
I
one dude
I want to say
text
that's
me,
his
come on,
only
really,
running
bro?
back too. So I mean, shoot, you
Hey,
gotta, and,
could have
and
worked.
and he got Kittle too. He got Kittle and Laporta. So I'm like, you never
Mhm.
know. It might work.
Now
If
you don't need both of them.
Yeah, you don't need both. So I was like, it might work.
Y'all, you got to be smart in this fantasy football. If you don't have a double flex, daggone well, you're not gonna play 2 tight ends,
Yup.
right? Unless you got Laporta and let's say Brock Bowers, and they both just going crazy. I guess maybe you put in a tight end in your flex, but probably not, right?
Yeah.
So don't have 2 elite tight ends. Catch somebody slipping, man. Catch somebody slipping and trade that tight end, dog. You might be able to get. There's some cats, and I got one cat got Lamar, um, and Jalen Hurts. This is an auction league, and Jordan Love as quarterbacks. You could probably move one of them tight ends. I'd try to move Kittle and get Lamar. You know what I mean? Something like
Ah,
that. Don't sit on 2 tight ends. Don't do that
yeah,
to yourself.
yeah, don't do that.
There's no value in that. If you're not in a double flex league, don't do that.
Jay,
It's silly.
I wanted to ask you something, Jay, because I want to say I've sent this video to you on Instagram, and it is pertaining to the scoring settings of fantasy football. So this has to do with standard and PPR. Remember
Was
that
it the
video?
white dude? The
Yeah,
white dude,
I
he
actually
was
kind of agree with.
explaining why
I agree
standard.
with.
I did too.
I
I
agree with him.
did
Like
too.
when he broke it down, it made
I do too.
sense. Like I'm not
Hmm.
mad. Like I'm gonna still keep playing PPR, But what I'm saying is, if we just happen to go to standard, I'm not gonna mind it at all because
This
like what
is this
because
this is my
every
first year not playing in one standard league at least.
yeah, because like
And
what he
he is
said was
absolutely right.
true. He's
Yeah.
absolutely right. So like I wouldn't be mad if I'm in a standard league. Like if I would have just chose a standard league for this, I wouldn't be mad at it because everything he said
Mm.
was valid. Like
And it makes your draft way more important too. Like
exactly,
everything's way more important than standard. It's pure. It's more
it's
pure.
more pure. Yes, wanted to
But I
ask
like
you that.
I,
Yeah,
I like that. I'm just like the rest of these NFL watchers. I like the score, man. We put points on
yeah,
the board, man.
yeah.
And there was one time a game I watched where if like I was down by like 0.75 or something, and if it was PPR, I would have won. But it wasn't. Dude got like a 3 or 4 yard catch for a first down, and it wasn't enough to put me over. And I was like, man, that PPR. But you show enough got to get that number one receiver in this standard league.
Mhm.
And the little slot guy getting 4 and 5 yards ain't gonna cut it. Yeah, we'll have to play. We're gonna play a standard league next year. I can't play. I can't get any more leagues. It's
Yeah.
over. Plus, the season already started.
What
Yeah,
call it? Do you want to go ahead and knock out Thursday, start them and sit them?
let's get it.
Yeah,
Let's get it.
go ahead and knock
Shoot,
that
man.
out. Let's go ahead and knock the Thursday game out since because tomorrow's Wednesday, so I mean, just
And
to
yeah, that way we ain't got to come back out
save
here.
some time.
Mm-hmm.
See what we
Who is
got.
the
We
Thursday game?
have Buffalo and Miami. Got a
I like
divisional
that.
game,
That's
baby.
a good Thursday game.
Yes, we do. Let's go ahead
I
and
like
click
that.
this game. And which side do you want, Jay?
I'm gonna let you pick, man. I'm
All
gonna
right,
let you
boy, you
pick.
already know, boy. We about to go with Dade County, baby. You feel me? Rose, you feel me? Ha ha.
Woo!
Anyway, so let's start with Tua Tagovailoa up against Buffalo. You know what? I'd start him. I'd go ahead and start him. I do think last year I think was terrible just because they had a better defense last season, but they got their defense in Buffalo isn't that great this season, or they have a lot of people left and there's some people still hurt. So I would
Mhm.
actually personally start Tagovailoa. If you're in a super flex league, definitely start him. Anytime you have someone like Tyreek or anybody, they can take it to the house, let a little slant go around, especially with an okay defense. This could potentially be a high scoring game. So go ahead and plug him in. Running backs. Ooh, this one's a tough. I can't really say anything until like we get more information on these injuries. But if you tuned in earlier into the episode, we talked about Achan and Mustard being hurt and getting Jalen Wright off the waivers. But let's say hypothetically speaking, they're good to go. You start Achan. Um, I would probably sit Mustard.
Better.
You
Yeah.
got to sit him. But now HN would be the only running back I would start. Now, of course, I said that's if they're healthy. It is Tuesday night. They don't play till Thursday, so you probably won't get an injury report update until tomorrow night or even Thursday. So if they are hurt, you don't play them. Obviously, I wouldn't even play a back. I wouldn't even play the backup. If they end up being hurt, I wouldn't play anybody. But if they are playing, you start HN. No questions asked.
Okay.
Receivers, you're definitely playing Hill, you're definitely playing Waddle. If you had the stack, you actually did a very good stack. That was over 40 points from both of them last week. So you're gonna start both of them. I wouldn't start anyone else. Barrios, Washington, no. And then tight ends, I wouldn't start any tight ends either. Um,
Let me just jump in real quick
Jump
though.
in though.
When I saw they picked up Jonnu Smith, man, I was like, it's getting ready to be crazy down there because they don't even throw the ball to the tight end. Last
Right.
year they had
Exactly.
Gesicki and I think Durham Smythe, and them cats was getting like 1 target or zero
Yeah.
targets a game. And I was like, oh, but Jonnu, he's a different type of tight end. Like if he's got a quarterback throwing the ball, he's a problem.
Uh-huh.
So, but
Hell
so far,
nah. Man
not
got
the reality. Yeah,
man got 170.
yeah,
But that's all for Dade County, man.
yeah. Not their defense. You're not starting the Miami defense.
Nah. Josh Allen gonna go for like 5 touchdowns. We don't want to hear that. You don't want to hear that. That man was going
Big
berserk
facts.
last
Big
week, bruh.
facts. You
That
seen the Simpsons memes about him?
about who?
You know, where it would say like it would say Jerome Cook says, "All right, we're down here to the goal line. Give me the ball." And then it said
Oh
Josh
yeah,
Allen, and then it
yeah,
had the kid
man.
jumping through the glass window.
Cause
Yeah,
I have James Cook. Anytime they got within like 5, 10 yards, like man, you know what? Go fuck it.
yeah, yeah,
Man, I was like, I'll
yeah.
go ahead and add 6 to Josh Allen. Golly, man.
Yeah, yeah. So
What you so
that being said,
yeah,
I shouldn't even have to say it, but yeah, you
yeah.
started Josh Allen. Running backs, you still got to start James Cook.
My
Still got to
MVP.
do it.
Oh, go back to Josh Allen.
Yeah,
He is my MVP this season, by the way.
yeah.
He is
He
my
should have won.
MVP.
But he had to have won Offensive Player of the Week, right?
If they make the playoffs with this team, he MVP.
If they make the playoffs,
With
he
this
has to
team,
win
he
the
is
MVP
MVP. He get MVP.
for sure. If he can keep it under, we need to be under 15 turnovers.
Okay,
Can he
okay,
do that?
yeah. Because
Because
he
he
has the
already
most
lost.
since
He
he's
lost
came
the
in the
fumble.
league. Since he's
He
came
lost
in the
the
league, I
fumble
think he's had the
on
most.
Sunday.
Yeah.
Got to keep it under 15 turnovers, bro.
He's probably one of
Um,
the very few quarterbacks that can have that many turnovers and still
and
dominate.
still be effective. It's
Hell
crazy.
yeah. He's still
Like your boy
dominating.
good for one fumble and one pick, and maybe one of them go for a touchdown
And you still
every game.
good. You still
And you
good.
still good. He ain't getting benched. Yeah, yeah, Josh, he that dude right now. James Cook, we're starting James Cook. Receivers. Now see,
Uh oh. This kid right here gets a little
because this is
tricky.
a Thursday game,
Uh oh.
I'm not starting now none of them receivers. I hope you guys have at least two receivers that aren't Bills on your team that are better than the Bills guys. Like I was getting Coleman in like the seventh and eighth round, if I'm not mistaken, and Shakir and Samuel were even below that. I really hope y'all don't have to start them. I will not be starting any Bills on a Thursday night game. Ain't happening for me to be sick the whole weekend all the way to Monday because I got a one
Yep, you
from
gotta every
Thursday
time
night.
you do.
You know what
Yep,
I'm
and
saying?
you gotta look at the app because it's Thursday. You got the rest of the week, so it's not like you can
Yep.
shy away
You
from
know,
it.
keep looking. Yep. And if you are foolish or unfortunate enough to have a Bill receiver, say you win like a 20 team or more, you might have a Bill as your wide receiver too. And I'm sorry if that's the case and you have to play him, please remember to put him in the receiver spot, not the flex spot. So important. Cook, when you start him, make sure he's not your flex guy. Make sure he's in the one or two running back. All right. Don't mess your stuff up. Um, you gotta start Dalton Kincaid, even though I don't believe in him. You're gonna
Yeah,
have to start him.
of course. Where he was drafted at, you got to. Like if you drafted
Yeah,
Dawson Kincaid,
it's never the same thing.
He's more than
Yeah,
likely your only tight end.
yeah. It's probably the only one.
Yep.
Probably he should be because if you took him, you had to start just only getting skilled players outside of tight ends. You know what I mean? If you got him, that was in the third round, fourth round. So you got to play Dalton, and you do not want to play that Bills defense. All right. So for the Buffalo Bills, you got three players that should be playing in your
Hmm.
one and two spots, not your flex. Josh Allen, Dalton Kincaid, James Cook. That's it, man.
Yay! Let's go.
We're now.
Anything
Yeah.
else, Jay? What else we got up in here? Got anything?
Hey, the fair's coming.
The fair, holla,
Y'all
the
got a month
fair.
and a half for we showing y'all that good eating.
That
I
good,
haven't done
good.
my research
Oh,
yet. I will get on it though. Tomorrow I'm gonna look up all the new foods so we can have like a list of everything and maybe we could put it up on the feed and y'all could tell us what you have to see. Tell us what we must partake in.
yeah.
Yeah, you get a special shout out. You know what I'm saying?
You already know. And then if
Yeah.
you out there
But
with,
but you wouldn't be able to do any of this if you don't ring
true.
your bell.
And then if you out there
You
with
have
us, we might let
to
you
ring
review something
your
with
bell.
us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Shit, we might have to get shirts made. Locker room, football and food, baby.
You already
That's our
know.
hashtag, football and food.
Food ball, baby. Food ball.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and for your Sunday games, we're gonna have some legs for y'all.
Yes, we
We're
all
gonna
got the
have
legs. We got
each one's
legs.
gonna have a leg.
Yeah. Turkey
Just
leg,
gotta put
chicken
the third
leg.
one with it. Yeah, yeah. Trying to get some of these dollars, man.
Get you that money trying to get this FanDuel DraftKings sponsorship out here.
Yeah,
Use
hey,
promo code
something.
E&J. You feel me?
Yeah. Yeah. Let me get that penny for every time y'all use that.
Get that promo code going. But we're gonna have
Yeah,
it right on
man.
there. Promo code. Hey.
That'd be dope,
That
man.
would
One
be
of these
fire.
days, dog. It's
One
coming.
of these
Coming.
days. But
But shoot,
shoot,
man. Yeah, so subscribe, man.
you
Subscribe
already
to the
know,
channel,
man.
y'all.
Anybody tuning
Especially
in,
since you like the video. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe. You know,
and then
ding, ding,
the
ding, ding, ding.
ding to hit the
Yeah,
bell. You
yeah,
feel me?
yeah. We didn't get no questions in the chat, so y'all playing tonight.
Yeah. But
Um,
when's the next time we gonna be on, Jay? We looking at what, Friday or
hey,
Saturday?
yeah, Friday or Saturday.
Friday, Saturday. We'll do
Mhm,
the Sunday game. We'll talk about the Thursday game, and then we'll go on to do the stardom situms for the games. And then, like Jay just said about 2 minutes ago, we're gonna give y'all a couple of legs so y'all can get some bread while watching football as well.
mhm. Yeah, man.
But
So,
that might be
thanks,
it,
y'all.
Jay. So I'm
That's
gonna
it.
head out. Get ready for bed. Gotta wake up in the morning.
Yeah, man. Same here.
All right, Jay. You take it
Well,
easy,
brother.
man.
Peace.
See you later.